Man Tools is brought to you by
EXO AutoWorks. EXO AutoWorks is Colorado Springs' home of the $40 synthetic blend oil change. Call now, 719-375-3232, or visit exoautoworks.com to make your appointment.
Call us today in order to schedule your $80 wheel alignment on most vehicles.
Madrid Maintenance. Madrid Maintenance offers excellent handyman service in the Colorado Springs area, starting at just $45 an hour. You can reach them by phone at 719-963-2020 or online at facebook.com/Madrid Maintenance.
Trevor's Beard is brought to you by The Beard Struggle. The Beard Struggle is his go-to for beard hygiene and styling products. So you should click the link below and use the code TLANE15 for 15% off your order.
Enharmonic Studios. Enharmonic Studios is a hybrid digital analog facility designed to be quality and affordable to anyone who wants to make history. Call today, 719-963-2020, or go to facebook.com/Enharmonic Studios.
From EXO AutoWorks. Streaming all over the world.
Coming for you, globalist!
It's your weekly dose of toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity.
With Eric Madrid.
Because if too many people are just running around with their dicks out, it's called the Harambe variant.
And Trevor Lane.
No. Of Karens.
Welcome to another thrills, spills, and chills exciting episode of Man Tools, where we have guests, but not tonight. And we have stuff. Not tonight. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. What's up, Trevor?
Not a whole lot, man. It's been kind of a humdrum type of week.
Regular old week?
Yeah. Fall break for the Tootsie Roll, but otherwise pretty normal. Get to do parent-teacher conferences tomorrow.
Ooh. Is anybody in trouble?
It's not great.
Well, that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
They don't have you come in unless, they don't really want to be like, oh, little Johnny and Julie's doing just fine. Thanks. Okay, bye. Thanks for wasting my time. Well, she's not jumping off balconies, is she?
No, not this year.
Okay. Oh, the roll. The little roll.
Yep.
Well, it's been, I don't remember the week because it's just been too much.
Yeah, I feel you.
It's just been too much. Too much stuff, not enough to do. I figured out the okay, this is a fun story. So I figured out the whole Facebook and Harmonic Studio page being gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm frustrated every day, 3 or 4 times a day. You shake your phone and it says, "Oh, what went wrong?" And then you send off your thing, right?
Okay,
that's how Facebook works. Like something goes wrong, you shake your phone and it creates a.
It's like, oh, you're having trouble.
Yeah, so it creates a little thing, and I send it. So I finally get frustrated yesterday, day before, whatever, and I go, all right, fuck it. I'm going to Google there, see if I can find a phone number. So find it. It all looks pretty legit. Like, okay, cool. Google here. There's, phone number for Facebook help desk. And I figure, I'm going to get somebody over in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, hello, how can I help you? Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Yep.
Yeah. So get a hold of, that dude. And the phone really sucks. So he's like, no, I have your number. I'll call you right back. Very polite, very professional. Do his thing. Well, what seems okay? Well, that sounds interesting. Let me help figure this out. Let me do this. Let me get to. All right. Well, we can't figure it out here. Can you get on your phone? I was like, I'm on my phone. He's like, okay, well, go to the App Store and download this app. Oh yeah, right then I was like, motherfucker. Yeah, which app would that be? It's some, desktop sharing app for your phone. I was like,
Oh,
yep,
yeah, no.
later.
We're not doing that.
Later. So don't do that, folks, or you'll end up like my brother spending $400 on Google Play cards to get your PayPal reopened.
Ooh.
Yeah, he got scammed.
Ooh.
Called me like a year ago. Motherfucker, guys want to do that. I was like, bro, hang up the phone. Don't send them any more money. They're not legit. He's like, well, it seems legit. I'm like, kind of does, but it's not.
Yep.
I was seriously like, I don't know. I kind of want to stay on the phone and record this and then figure out like what
My dad nearly got roped into one of those where it had the pop up like, your computer's super slow. Call this number.
Yeah. Fuck.
And he called the number, and my mom got concerned when he was like, all right, we're going to need your social security number and a bank account. And she's like, what? And he's like, well, I got to get this done. And she's like, no, let me call Trevor.
Hold
he
on.
knows about these things. And I'm like, no, hang up now.
Hang up now.
Don't ever call that number.
Yeah.
But the pop-up said, I'm like, yeah, of course it said.
Of course it said.
It works. Dummies like you call and
Yeah.
give them all the stuff.
Give them the money. So yeah, you get your screen share app or whatever it is, and then they just take over your phone and get all of the information. I was like, no, click.
Yeah.
And
We'll sell you back your password.
I told you about that, right? This fucking phone number. We took over your camera and we've seen what you were doing. And if you don't pay us like 300,000 in Bitcoin and blah, 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 by the end of the day, we're going to release pictures on the internet. Literally took a picture of my dick and sent it right back to him. Like, there you go, pal.
Cool. Yeah.
Click. Here it is. There you go. Send it out to the world. No one's going to care.
Well, speaking of dick pictures, our guest is waiting patiently in the background. So I think now's a good time to bring him in.
I mean, that was a great segue, right? Oh.
So we're going to bring in Alden.
Yes, sir. I got shitty lighting in a shitty location right now.
That's all right, man.
I'm not in Miami, unfortunately, at the moment.
It's you got hit by Ian there?
Yeah, it was pretty bad down there. So I went up at the time I went up north because my family lives up north in North Florida. And I just came and popped up there for a little while. I've been helping them out around here a little bit, but I'm heading back there this weekend to Miami.
Cool.
I can only handle. Sorry, excuse me. I can't
give us kind of the elevator pitch, who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. Before I do that, though, is it okay if I like drink, smoke, curse, or is that not?
No.
I mean, if you fucking do that on our show, your ratings will probably go up.
All right, fuck yeah. I haven't had much time to look into everything, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm 22 years old. I've been in the social media space since I was 13 because I got addicted to it. And that kind of segued me into the OnlyFans space because I ran a bunch of big pages on Instagram and all these models and managers were reaching out and paying way more for ads on these pages than like regular companies would. I was like, oh shit, they must be making a lot of money. And so I started, reaching out to them and talking to the people that were buying ads from me and just saying, yo, I can run your marketing for you. Let me know. And that ended up working really well. Like I've been on the social media space, you know what I mean? So the ad content I was able to send them would bring way higher conversions, way more engagement. And it's just kind of gone from there. I started managing at the beginning of this year, got out of that after about 3 or 4 months, made a good amount of money. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think I was quite ready to have that much money yet. Especially being in Miami and you can run into some shit. So so I'm kind of getting my health back on track now, I guess is the best way to say that. But nowadays I'm just doing mostly marketing and consulting for OnlyFans models and other businesses too is kind of where I'm trying to move into. But yeah.
Well, yeah, I was kind of curious. We were talking about this out in the parking lot earlier. I always find it odd when I hear about people that are managing talent on self-serve websites, how exactly that works. Because it seems like you're adding a middleman that doesn't need to be there. But the flip to that is I get, I'm on the show and I'm running the show. I could totally get having someone to run the show so I can just be on the show. Mm-hmm. Is that kind of what the people that get, managers on sites like OnlyFans are going for? Is you handle all this bullshit that I don't want to do? Is that kind of the thing? Did we piss him off?
Maybe. What happened? I didn't read it.
He's gone. I don't know.
All right.
Is he back? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, my
Okay.
Wi-Fi is good. It just like refreshed the page, but I heard.
Oh,
that
that's
question.
cool. So I'm not sure how much you caught of that, but I'm just curious how the management on a site that kind of sells itself on do-it-yourself works. You know what I mean?
I mean, OnlyFans in a way is a do-it-yourself platform, but realistically, I guess it's similar to Restream. I'm not really familiar with Restream, but it's essentially a hosting platform for people to have a paid content, paid subscription monetization system. And so with like managing creators specifically with this, and in the OnlyFans space specifically, like sex work, it goes beyond that. So what happens in your messages, you get a lot of content requests too. So the majority of your day is spent making content for these guys. So who's going to run everything else? For some people, some models, they hire chatting teams. I don't want to name any models specifically just because that can lead into some problems. I've ran marketing for models before that have had chatting teams to take some of that weight off of their shoulders. But essentially, it's just like you were saying earlier too, like you'd rather just be on the show and create that content. You also have to think about how you're going to market the show, what types of new content to put out. I mean, just what other industry connections you can make, stuff like that. Like I like to compare it a lot to the Hollywood entertainment space, like actors and actresses and regular models, like professional models. They go out and they have to get agents and managers to get opportunities for themselves. And another big part of OnlyFans, I guess, I should have brought this up earlier, is collaborations with other models as well. And with somebody like myself, I'm connected with a good amount of them. So I'm able to set up collaborations and make sure girls are promoting their accounts properly and making as much money as possible as well. Yeah, I mean, it is a self-service website, but there's a big learning curve to actually making the money. Like most.
Well, and I guess with the collaboration thing, like if they know they can trust you, and you kind of set them up with someone to collaborate with, they can tell that they're not going to get set up with like a fucking creep or, someone that wants to do something they're not comfortable with or something like that.
Exactly. There's a safety aspect to it as well. 100%. And a lot of guys want to do the same thing that I do or manage models because they just want to see all their nudes and everything. And like, that's great, but it gets pretty old. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's just like, it's
yeah.
Like,
the last thing a gynecologist wants to do when he goes home is work on his little lady,
But instead it's an all day thing for me. And I'm like, fuck, like this is getting a little bit, too much at a certain point. Like, I'm like, yo, cool. But let's tone it back a little bit. And that was why I really hated managing. I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. Like, I grew up married, but
years and years and years ago, back when you had to get porn on DVDs, I got this one DVD and it was hilarious. They had an outtake that was like the sound guy, the guy that usually just holds a boom mic. He's like, I can totally do what you guys do. And they went, go ahead. He could not get hard. Once he was under all the lights and stuff, it was like, this is not happening. This poor girl was working on him. And eventually one of the pros stepped in and did the job, but he's like, oh, you still think it's easy? He's like, no,
never mind. Just kidding.
That's another fun one right there too. Guys can't get hard in videos and stuff like that. It's like, bro, like, come on. Like just like separate yourself a little bit. Like they're all young guys, you know what I mean? You shouldn't have any ED going on. Like you're like 24, like maybe 30 at the oldest, but usually it's younger guys.
I think what was happening with this dude was he had a bit of an ego from being behind the scenes. Once the pressure to perform was on him, it was like he caved.
Yep. He choked. He couldn't do it.
But yeah, that was another thing that was going on at kind of the same time. Was I used to every once in a while get pay-per-view videos from a cable channel, and they would actually run ads like, do you want to work in the porn industry? We're looking for idiots like you all the time. I was like, can you hold a mic?
Right. You work in the porn industry. Here's a bucket, a mop, and Simple Green. Get after it.
That shit gets difficult though. I don't know this like from experience or from actually talking to anybody in person about it. Don't get me wrong. Like, I've definitely heard it from podcasts and other things like that. I'm not in the traditional porn industry per se. Like no Pornhub videos or browsers videos or anything like that.
Well, we were gonna ask if you were a stunt cock or if you were, you know,
I don't
because
think I'm fit to be on camera.
right. I mean, we have faces for radio, so having a podcast is pretty gauche.
Well, I mean, the thing is too, like a lot of guys are always like, yo, like I would definitely like be in an OnlyFans models, videos and stuff. Cause the models do like, they give them a little bit of money, you know what I mean? Like to be featured and they get to fuck a hot girl, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of a
Right.
win-win, but they don't understand that like a lot of the audience on OnlyFans is not that you gotta be endowed a certain way, you gotta have a certain, unfortunately. Yeah, and that's just not necessarily somewhere I want to be anyway. But
Well, just something fun. The sex finding bots have found us just from this brief conversation. Yeah, every once in a while we get Russian porn bots.
Oh yeah, the Russian guys.
This time it's
Sex Find Pro.
some kind of adult dating site, I guess. I guess the OnlyFans talk cued them in. So
is that keyword?
Yeah, but it's it's interesting. We've talked in a number of industries lately. A couple weeks ago, we were talking to some musicians in the music industry. And we were talking about this keeps coming up, how the internet has broken down these barriers. Like, for example, in the music industry, the barrier to entry was always the record labels.
Yep.
It was prohibitively expensive to make an album. So if you didn't get signed and backed up with the money of a record label, it wasn't happening. Now, thanks to technology and the internet, you can go from having a song idea to putting out an album without talking to somebody else.
Yep.
To a certain degree, I would agree. Yeah, 100%.
And I think it's become very similar in a lot of other industries. Stand-up comedy. You can do a comedy special and put it on YouTube yourself. OnlyFans is a good example of yet another barrier that's been broken down by technology and the internet. You don't need a studio to find you, or
yeah,
they don't pay shit anyway. They don't pay good anyway.
Yeah, especially not now.
No, I mean, girls are getting paid like $1,500 to like maybe $5,000. I don't know how like high that threshold reaches, but I've heard some things like people get quoted like $1,500 to $5,000 for a video to be in a porn video, but off that same video they could make $20,000-$30,000 on OnlyFans and have it behind a paywall. So like it's, you know what I mean? Like it's OnlyFans is definitely taking over the industry, but yeah, sorry, continue.
No, I was gonna say we should change your voice. So it does this thing and it looks like he's one of those guys on the Vice Network. That'd be hilarious.
Some of the behind the scenes of the
dude, it's like the name.
You can't be known.
Yeah.
Nah, if somebody wants to find me, they can. They don't need to. That shouldn't have anybody wanting to find me though.
Well, and the other interesting thing that I've recently found out about kind of the OnlyFans model, business model, not model like talent, but I guess it's also changed the way, like the I guess the typical way that collaborations work now is it's not so much that you'll pay somebody to do something with you. It's you can also have this video that we make. And you put it on your page, I put it on my page. We both make whatever money comes from putting it on our pages.
Yep.
So
you both gain subs from that too. Subscribers, more fans.
Exactly.
It's a big thing.
And it's interesting because if you collab like in the music industry, you get either a pay for play contract for that day. Like I've done session work and it's like, here's your $50 and lunch, fuck off. And then the song actually does really well. Then you're like, oh, hey, you want a touring guitarist? No, you're too fat. Fuck you. And I'm like, it's happened.
I know the music industry was like that
too.
It
happened. Like it does. The like points, I mean, even Van Halen got a 10-point deal. So you get like 9 cents for every dollar. However that works.
Yeah.
Then to
Damn.
Yeah, that was their deal in the 70s. They got a 9-point deal. Means you get, or a 10-point deal, you get 9 cents off of every dollar, and you had to give
Split it with 4 guys.
You split it with 4 guys, and the producer got 3 of those right off the top.
Jesus.
Thank God for Spotify and Apple Music.
Yeah, I mean,
Golly. And TikTok and SoundCloud.
Get my 38 cents a quarter.
No, that shit's interesting too. Like there was something that was released a while back about what Spotify and Apple Music pay. I can't remember what the numbers were. I think Apple Music was higher, but it still wasn't anything crazy.
Spotify's the highest at 12 cents per 10 million. Yeah.
Are you sure it's per 10 million?
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculously low.
Oh, yeah,
for the spins, because you figure like, yeah, that's what it averages out to. It's kind of nutty. Did I say 12 cents or $12?
12 cents.
$12.
$12.
Okay,
yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Sorry, I said
like,
cents.
damn.
No, it's $12 for 10 million. They're still the best.
Wow.
Yeah, Apple's only good. Apple Music, that sucked. It's so good because it's $10 a month and you can listen to whatever the fuck you want as a consumer. But if I play my albums nonstop for an entire month, contiguously for the whole month, like you'll get your 30 cents. Like
you're getting your subscription.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You're getting your $10.
Yeah, Apple Music doesn't pay out. I think it's fraction of a cent.
The problem is they can do it too.
Yeah, well, as a consumer, I'm stoked. Like I've found a bunch of cool bands that, now I listen to, and now they're defunct because they couldn't make any money touring and doing stuff, which like sucks. Because now I'm like, God, I would have bought a T-shirt. I'd have come to see you guys. I didn't hear about you.
Yeah.
The money stuff. That's the other thing I wanted. That was just a question I had. Like, you're set up as an S corp.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I figured. And then
I wasn't. And that wasn't good.
Because I've seen we've all seen news stories about people in the particularly in the OnlyFans world, particularly the IRS came after them with a lead pipe because they didn't set their shit up right and they got all this money.
Other benefit of management.
So there it is.
Yeah,
there's another one. But yeah, no, I even before I was even managing models, like last year when I was doing the marketing, it was for one model in particular. I mean, I'll name her name because I don't. It's Trippy Bree. You can go find her on Instagram, trippy.bree or bubble.gum.bree, all over the place. She worked with Penthouse too, so good on her. But I was working with them, and I was an LLC at the time, and they were sending me ad budgets. You can essentially do the math. I don't want to say what I was being sent per month, but this wasn't all profit, just to be clear. It was a lot of it was for marketing, but in that year alone, I had an LLC, so I was personally taxed at around $700,000, and that was not very fun. It's a hefty tax bill there. When you get taxed on $700,000, it's a lot of money. I didn't know that I was supposed to be an S corp, not an LLC. Because if you're an LLC, don't quote me on this. This one, my accountant told me you need to have a S corp, but you get taxed on it. So
you get taxed twice on an LLC. Yeah, because whatever comes into the company gets whacked. You get your end of year, whatever you got left over in profit gets taxed, and then your salary gets taxed, whatever you're paying yourself. So,
yeah, and it was bad. It was pretty bad, but worked on getting that handled. I'm still I'll say this publicly too, because the IRS is not something that I am very fond of. I definitely took the easiest route to give them the least amount of money possible. If the IRS was to come out, after me. But
every time,
I think I'm a small fish.
Every April, we try to tell our listeners how to play the game, and jump through the hoops as slowly as possible.
Save your money. They're trying to tax the wrong people.
If you're an LLC, what you do is you basically pay yourself a modest salary that just covers all your bills. And then at the end of the year, come December, like that one year we had like, I don't know, 20 grand in the bank. We just wouldn't spend it.
Hell yeah.
Spend it all.
Yeah,
All new
right off.
tools, new vehicle. I got a motorcycle. I got a rapid response estimating vehicle. Hey,
I don't know what that
sure.
is, but
Yeah, I got a motorcycle. So
Oh yeah.
I called it a rapid response estimating vehicle, so I could get out there and give estimates to my clients as fast as possible.
There we go. That's important.
Yeah. So you just so instead of getting taxed on 20 grand, you take 30% of $6,000 and be like, here, take it. I don't care.
Yeah. No, that's a problem. I didn't necessarily work with like I wasn't like consulting or managing that model at the time. She had her boyfriend that still works there, still manages her. I think they have a decent. I assume they have a decent tax structure set up. We never like spoke about taxes too much, and about business structure like that. I think they did pretty decent, but moving into the management space at the beginning of this year, yeah, I definitely had to teach these girls what to do properly. Thank God I learned it already. I would have really fucked them over too. Thank God I did not. That would have been real bad because they were making good money. I mean,
well, I always tell subcontractors, and that's basically what you are when you're putting out paid content. You know, you're basically a contractor. Tell them you take that 25 to 30% of everything you make every time you get something in, and you put it in a separate savings account, and it's not yours. It's just not yours. And at the end of the year,
basically you withhold for yourself.
You withhold for yourself at a high margin. You know, just take 30% and dump it, because I've even caught like H&R Block screwing you up, because if you make like 15 grand and you get 12%, then you're supposed to, from 15 to 25, it's at the 25% bracket. So you're getting 12% of this. No, you hit that 50,000 to 80,000 and it's at 33%. They just hit 33% on all of it. And that's why everybody gets a refund, is because nobody's calculating properly when they do their taxes. So I just tell them, blanket 30%, just throw it in there, you'll be fine.
I have not gotten a refund in a while. I'll be honest.
I don't like lending the government money interest free all year, paying taxes all year. I don't like
they can't manage their own debt anyway. Like, fuck.
No, they can't. So why am I helping you out? Like, why would I want to help you out? You can't even figure out your own books. No. December 29th, I write a fat check because I do my taxes like over Christmas and whatever. Just takes me a day. Boom, send out my 1099s, do all the shit, done deal. January 1st, fresh slate. Here's your fucking check. Try to spend all the money by, the 29th, right before New Year's.
Yeah.
And then boom. I got nothing in the account. Fuck off.
Yeah.
You can't do anything to me.
I got nothing. I only got to show profit 3 out of 5 years. So eat a dick. I've only been audited like 4 times in 10 years.
Oh,
and
shit.
It's
I'm
always
scared of an audit.
Oh, just have your shit. You have your shit together. As long as you do, I have all the paperwork going back like I think 5 years. So like every receipt, like every little thing's in a folder. So here, you fucking deal with it. Be glad it's not a trash bag.
Yeah.
Like I could do this to you, but be glad it's not. The one thing I get hemmed up on is my home office is 940 square feet, and they're always like bullshit. And then they every time, the 4 times they've come, they show up and they're like, "Oh, yeah, I guess you can't use this for anything else."
Wait, they show up?
Yeah, they show up because I'm taking a home. Oh, he died. Oh,
we'll see if he comes back. There he is.
Why keep doing this to me?
Sorry, he died.
I swear
on
to
me.
God, my wife. Can refresh.
Nah, it's all right. You're in a hazard zone. Yeah, they show up because I'm doing a home office deduction. That's ridiculously, because the square footage of my house, it's half the square footage of my house. And they're like, there's no fucking way you can do that. And they show up and they see a whole recording studio built out down there with a hospitality room. And they're like, oh yeah, I guess you can't really use this for anything else. I'm like, no, this is the fucking drum room. That's the amp room. This is the mixing. Yeah, it's not like I can, do anything else with this. So then I'm like, you want a beer? Just hang out for. What do you got to do the rest of the afternoon? You want to hear some cool fucking tunes? Like, yeah.
Like
so 4 times
instead of auditing people. I would hate to have that job So I don't know what they call them, but I would never work. It sounds so boring. I'm not even gonna lie. That just sounds awful.
Yeah.
Like you're that
And
guy. Like
unless you get a guy like me that's like, you know, I'm legit. You're here for no reason. You want to just hang out and waste the rest of the afternoon? I'm down. I'm down.
Well,
government benefits.
there was one news story I wanted to get into specifically with you today, just because it seems like it's right up your alley here. Let me pop this up.
I probably haven't. I'm hearing it too. I'm not even gonna lie. Kind of stay in my own little bubble. Yeah, away from all the news.
Well, this is like entertainment news. It's not real news.
I still say it. Whatever's on Snapchat, I'll look at when I'm something, but that's about it. But it's always like email. I get.
I don't know if you've heard about this. You're familiar with Tommy Lee from Motley Crue, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen his penis.
Well,
great.
Yeah. You can see his penis on OnlyFans now.
Oh yeah. Right there with Carmen Electra.
So I guess this came
I don't know how
about.
big of a following. Sorry.
Oh, it's about this big, like that. Like, wait, what?
So I guess this came about because he posted the pic that you can see on the right blurred out on Instagram without blurring, and it got taken down. And I guess he tried putting it back up thinking it was a technical glitch, and they're like, no, this is against the rules on Instagram. And he's like, well, where do I go to put pics of my hog? And one of his people was like, you could do an OnlyFans and make money from it. And he was like, okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
I like that his idea.
Yeah.
I think he posted a dick pic on his Instagram. Like, very against terms
Tommy,
of service.
I was gonna say Tommy's not the sharpest pencil in the drawer. He might be the biggest pencil in the drawer. Not the sharpest. I think the what was that? Fast Lane. Do you remember that stupid show?
I do not.
Dude,
Damn, they have a
Fast
Lane.
Lane. Yeah, that was a great. It was really bad. It was like if John Woo and that was Brockheimer had a really bad TV show. Oh yeah,
It's like a drama.
It was a race car drama.
Oh, okay. No, I don't remember that.
Criminals and
don't
like it was
remember
like
that
the
at all.
A-Team meets Fast and Furious. It was awful with Saved by the Bell. Don't spit on me.
Okay.
But Tommy Lee's on it, and he's himself. He's like,
Well, yeah,
whacked out,
I'm
retarded,
sure he can't
and-
act.
yeah, whacked out, retarded, and pretending to be a drug addict. And he's like, my teeth itch, man. And he's doing this thing. I was like, he's been there. He's really felt this. He's really in the method acting.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't subscribe to it. That bio is really embracing the OnlyFans model.
Oh yeah.
Watch
The
see you
sex
in-
tape.
Like some OnlyFans model, like he's really embraced. Oh shit! Is it? Who's?
Well, yeah,
married?
it's wild because he's gone from kind of the where the advent of the whole underground porn,
Yeah, I mean,
and they and if I'm not mistaken, in their case was the first where they like forcibly monetized it. They were like, oh no, don't get rid of it, just pay us.
I mean, it was smart. It's already out. You know, it's not going away.
Yeah.
Brittany, right? I'm assuming that's what's going on. Her
Brittany
is happily
Furlong.
married. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
That's his wife
Okay.
now.
I think it's funny
OnlyFans.
because I mean, it's been Brittany and Pam, and Heather, and
I think Pam was in there more than once.
Pam was in there more than once. Because you remember the movie Airheads?
Yeah.
He's like, I want to be Tommy Lee, live in Hollywood Hills and pork Heather Locklear. And I was like, oh yeah,
That's right.
that's right.
Yeah. So now you can I guess you can go see Tommy Lee's cock on OnlyFans if you want.
I think he's making a decent amount of money off of it too. Price.
I would assume he is. I mean, he obviously has a following to take over there with him.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what I was worried about too, because I feel like a lot of men are be like quite as relevant these days goes. Because that's what the most. I was kind of thinking, okay, he's probably not making that much, 1,000. Like, no, he's the 31 posts having 3,700 likes. You can do the math quick. Say he's making at least 10 grand a month more. Like, that's a pretty solid. Do you know when he started this?
I think that's my Jesus. Just for throwing some pictures up. I mean, that's my entire gross income for the month before payroll and materials.
Well, yeah, and this story's like a month old, so I guess he's been over there since the story broke about a month ago.
Scroll all the way down. It says September, so I guess it was probably around then. I mean, yeah, he's making some pretty decent money. I'm not gonna subscribe to it, but like I'm sure it might be more than 10 grand a month. Like, he's found his new major. He's solo now too, right? I just looked into so much, but it looks like he's still solo stuff going on. My new album. First thing is linked to his OnlyFans and a money source. That's awesome. That is great. What's going on?
See, my idea of having a trolling OnlyFans is the bomb. It'll be just me like fucking around on the guitar, but it'll be a blank thing, and then you got to pay like $10 to
Well,
do
it's funny because for a while I was seeing OnlyFans ads on, I think it was Hulu. You'd like watch a movie, and but they were promoting, hey, it's not just for porn. You got a podcast that you want to put behind
Right,
a paywall.
yeah.
You want anything that you want behind
Anything
a paywall.
the paywall.
Put it up on OnlyFans.
I thought that.
Yeah, that's why they had in the news. They had that big thing when they were going to ban OnlyFans. They didn't, but that was they were trying to go a little more clear to make a decent amount of money. I mean, I know a couple girls who do sexual content and are making $20,000. It's crazy. We have the whole OnlyFans TV app.
I was not gifted with the right genitalia, so I got to go to work tomorrow morning. That's what happened.
Doubt it. It's only for the select
That's funny.
few. But if you want one of the select few, you can OnlyFans.
And you know where that came from? Why? Not just because big dicks look cool, but do you know why they really want big dicks in porn?
Because all women do.
Besides that, it's the camera angles thing. They can't get certain camera angles if you don't have enough meat.
Sure.
It's just logistics. It's like
logistics.
we can't see what's going on there unless you can be far enough away.
Never thought about that.
Oh God.
Let's play just the tip. Still can't see it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Well, like we said a couple of weeks ago, with our powers combined, we have all 6 inches women want.
I am a little. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't look too deep into kind of what you guys and other guests you've had.
It's probably for the best.
I listen. I'm gonna do it either way. I mean, like, you meet new people, you have a good time. Like, it is. What are you guys like? What's your goal? Speaking with it on air. I mean, I'm just curious.
We're kind of losing you on the audio, man.
Shit.
You're breaking up.
This is
I think
good on my end too.
Yeah, we've had a couple of epochs of this show. One was it's in inception. At its inception, it was man tools helping single moms raise boys, and not be tools. And then we kind of ran out of all that stuff. And then we went to man tools remodeling your life. That was a couple of years on the radio. And when we did the podcast, Trevor resurrected this and was making men manly again. It's basically a variety show with, from a male's point of view without having to mansplain too hard.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Be careful with that nowadays.
No, I don't. I just throw it out. No, I don't. No, I'm not care. I don't think we're careful, and I think that's probably the best part about it is like we've been kicked off YouTube.
Yep, that's what I say.
It's like, well, and what I find, we get our hate mail. Well, yeah, sometimes the hate mail, the ramblings of modern feminists, misspelled all caps, keyboard warrioring on Tuesdays when this thing drops. It's pretty hilarious. I've been misquoted more than I've actually ever spoken in my life, so that's pretty hilarious. Well, you said, I was like, that's not what I said. I have video. Here's what actually got said.
I might be a little here, but feminism is way that much.
Feminism is a what?
Radical feminism. Like, even all right, like they're right leaning per se, very liberal in their beliefs, and they that I know, even in a lot of people, and people that I've been towards and shit like that, they don't give a fuck. It's guys like this.
No,
what I'm trying to say, like.
Yeah, and it's like I guess radical feminism. I call it modern feminism because
I guess it's a better
I don't know what the right term is, but yeah, I agree. It's very much a kick men in the dick for being men, and it's like, well, we're just dudes. Like this is what we do. This is how we are, and that's not an excuse. That's a badge of honor. Like go to work every day, pay my bills on time, and I don't do meth. I'm pretty much ahead of the fucking curve right now. So,
I mean,
it is
too, right?
Yeah, like, and for that, we're for that, just that alone, this show gets all kinds of crap.
Well, I'm kind of curious. You think you have a similar, I same kind of viewpoints as he says he tries to do, teach up what a man and anything else is telling you. I might be misquoting that a little. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Being, I mean, it's you guys, like you were saying earlier, you kids properly, their sons properly. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
You're cutting it out, but if I caught what you're saying, like, what is it to be a man? Well, it's a thankless job for sure. It is. It truly is. It's a compulsion to provide, protect, profess, and we also get puerile and pervasive sometimes. All the P's, because we got PPs.
Oh, we lost him.
That's all right. We'll continue the show. It's just a compulsion, I think. Like you can't help it.
All right, Alden, do me a favor. Turn off your camera and we'll see if it does better without trying to process video.
Maybe.
Let's do this. Hey, Alden, can you hear me?
Yeah, turn off the wrong shit.
Nope.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
no worries.
All right.
Better now? Or?
Yeah, because it's not trying to process
All right,
video.
cool.
So, yeah.
Thank God. Yeah, sorry, I don't mean here, but no, my man, like Andrew Tate. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Just out of curiosity, that won't get you banned.
I don't know that much about Andrew Tate. I'm a lot more familiar with like Jordan Peterson than Andrew Tate. But somehow Jordan Peterson is controversial.
Yeah.
The guy that's like, oh, you should clean your room.
You should clean your room, and the government should not, mandate the way we speak. You can't write into law what we call people or how we speak. That's where he got fucking dick knocked in the dirt. If you like to read something awesome, I was gonna say, if you'd like to read something awesome, check out one of our friends, Jack Donovan, his podcast, the Stay Solar stuff, and his books, The Way of Men and Becoming a Barbarian, are just, that's standard literature for should be handed out to all young boys, pubescent boys, when you're full of fucking piss and vinegar and you want to fight and you don't know what the fuck to do with your life because your hormones are just freaking out and you want to bash your head against the wall, but at the same time you want to go paint a picture. You're like, what do I do? Read this, bud. Check this out. Get into something physical.
Yeah, the only thing I know about Andrew Tate are the headlines I've read about him getting kicked off of platforms, and now he's just like us. We're one of the places we stream to is Rumble, because they let you say pretty much whatever you want.
Yeah.
Actually, really interested to see how it goes.
I don't think masculinity is political by any means. I don't think you can, unless it's wartime. And then, maybe when, all things, but again, like we've always said before, it's when everything else is exhausted, when all their options are exhausted, violence is golden.
Yeah.
Yeah. God hasn't got a nuclear war. We don't.
That's cowardice. That's cowardice.
I see a lot of headlines.
Is that a word? No, that nuclear war shit, that's cowardice. That's not manly. I'm going to hide in my room and push a button. That's not.
That's easy.
That's, yeah, for all the back in the day when I saw these other videos of Putin coming in, obviously he was, put into that position. Let's just be real. But some of the shit I've seen him do in his younger life, I watched him tear apart a really shitty business practice because of the safety issues. It was this meeting, and obviously the government isn't supposed to be doing this stuff, but being the benevolent dictator that he was at that moment, I thought that was pretty awesome. I was like, all right, well, this guy's not fucking around. He's like, you have to have safety stuff for these people who work in the concrete industry. You have to do this, you have to do that. He's like, oh, I'm just not going to do this for you. He's like, if you don't, I'm taking your fucking company and I'm going to kick your ass right here in the boardroom. Sign this piece of paper that says you're going to fix this shit. And the guy goes up to him. He's like, okay, I need a pen. He's like, get your own fucking pen. Signs it. I was like, that's a bad motherfucker. Now,
badass.
I don't know. Yeah, that was badass. I'm like, yeah, if we lived in a benevolent dictatorship, that's the kind of shit I would like to see happen. Like, no, people are getting killed on your job sites. You need to stop. You need to fix this, or I'm taking your company away from you. And now he's like, well, I don't like this country. I'm going to blow it up. I'm like, dude, now I don't know. He got older, and now there's this pissing match that just trying to drag the rest of the world into. And I'm like, gotta have a pissing match just because our guy's a fucking vegetable. We already know he's a potato.
Thank God you just said that. I was gonna watch my words in the industry. I can't. I'll say this publicly. It was the best thing that ever happened to the country, but I kind of I feel like life was. That's how.
Maybe. I think the best thing that can happen to this country is probably an armed revolt, and then we just get all new people from zero.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jefferson said the only way to ensure democracy is, an armed revolt every 20 years. It's
Shit.
the only way. It's the only way to do it, because people with tenure they get fat and lazy, and they succumb to policy, and they don't listen to the constituency because it doesn't matter. They don't care.
I might again. I want to type something. I don't want to put it on it.
Here's another good one. Rome was pretty smart, except
my thought.
it went sideways because in times of war, the Senate would suspend democracy, and they'd let basically the general, basically be Caesar, and that's what happened. And then Rome went to shit because the guy didn't give it up.
There's a lot of I guess controversial shit to say, but what would you guys say? I mean, how do you feel about having a younger president? I'm not saying I'm ludicrous. I am nowhere near preparing interest, but how would you feel about having a president that have been over the age of, and which is, I mean, I understand everything like that. I understand that it is the inexperienced, dumbass president can run the world. They have no idea what they're doing. Younger, presidents per se. Like you're touching your point, in tenure, fat and lazy, simple. You know what I mean? So how would you be open to that? Don't trust that.
One more time, what would we be open to?
A younger presidency. Properly, yeah.
When I was 20, well, let's say 26, right? I was 26. I had the world by the tail. I was doing the thing. And the presidency says 40, correct?
35.
35. Yeah. Okay, let's push it up to 40. Because when I was 35, I thought I had the world by the tail. Now that I'm over 45, I'm like, I don't know if I have the world by the tail anymore. I got, it's what do they call it? It's the path to enlightenment. I have cognitive ignorance now that I'm old enough to have been around the block literally a few times and seen parts of the world and done shit. I'm like, wow, I didn't know anything when I thought I knew everything. There are two. It's not. I wouldn't call it wisdom. Would not. Age brings you more to shave, not wisdom. Would not call it wisdom. It's the true meaning of the word sensei. Sensei means in the person who walked the path already, is a bad paraphrasing for that. It's not master. It's not. It's just somebody who's already been there, done that. And I find that, especially if you are I want to say this too. I know a 26, 27-year-old woman who's in Puerto Rico right now fixing the fucking shit that went down over there for the power lines, and should be running the company, but isn't because of insurance laws, and you have to be a certain age to do stuff. She's got more mileage at 27 than I have at 47. So I can't imagine how amazing I can't even begin to fathom how amazing she's going to be at 47. Probably running the country. You know what I mean? So it's no, I don't think anybody would, when you're 45, give me a call and you'll go, shit, I had this all together. I was doing this. I could run the country. And then give me a call. I'll be 85 or whatever, 65.
Well,
and you'll go, damn. You'll go, damn, you were kind of right. I know more. I feel more. I know more. I'm in touch more now that I've had more miles behind me.
And I think the problem with something like the presidency is no one in their right mind would want to do that job.
Yep.
So everyone that's had that job has been someone who is not in their right mind, with the possible exception of George Washington. And even he
didn't want
depending
it.
on who you talk to, sure he didn't.
Yeah,
I mean, that was his politicking of the day. I shouldn't be a general. Okay, I'll be a general.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I shouldn't be in charge. Okay, I'll be in charge.
Yeah. Let's be real. But I mean,
that's why it's like such a bullshit. It's such a bullshit excuse when presidents go, "Well, look what my predecessor left me." It's like, you campaigned for 2 years to get this job. What do you mean?
Yeah, you knew what you were getting into. Well, let's just.
It's not like an accidental.
Chester A. Arthur was.
Someone walked in your office and went, "Here, fix this."
Was banging his younger cousin or some shit. The Teddy Roosevelt. I mean, Jesus Christ, that guy was a nutter. He was awesome, but he was a nutter. In recent years, I mean, Gerald Ford, really? Fucking Homer Simpson? I mean, that's who Homer Simpson's based on. Let's just be real. Is Gerald Ford.
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan, he was in his declining. I mean, he was kind of a bad motherfucker when he was a governor. You see some of that old footage, like the Berkeley stuff, where he was just chewing them out. He's like, "No, you're old enough to know better than to give these fucking kids the right to break the law or tell them it's social disobedience." Like, he would rip them assholes, and then he got the president, and he was just like,
"Well,
tear down that wall." Where am I? So, geez, I'm trying to think of somebody who was just magnanimous and amazing as I can't. At
the end of the day,
in any sort of my memory, like, I mean, the only thing, well, Nixon was a fucking idiot. A, he was paranoid. B, he was racist. Let's just be real. Like, I just did not like, in his term, the Negroes. He did not at all. He didn't like anybody that would. Yeah. So I'm trying to think. Even God, I can't think of anybody in all of history that was in their right mind. I'm trying to think. Maybe one of the Adamses. They kind of like hovered under the radar and not a lot of scandal.
Yeah. I mean, John Adams, though, was kind of a power hungry dick.
But yeah.
He really hated being the vice president.
He
hated it because old George didn't include him on anything. He literally just sat reading the newspaper in front of the Senate until there was a tie, and then he'd vote for the tie break. Hated it.
Sam Adams is a really good fall wheat.
Well, he was president.
Pawtucket, that's his.
He never even ran. I don't think.
No, I don't think he did. Who married their cousin?
Several.
Oh yeah.
Back then, that wasn't that big of a deal.
No, but I can't remember who. Taft raised that girl from when she was 12, and then ended up marrying her when he was like 40.
Oh, his niece.
His niece.
Yeah,
it was Taft.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah. Goddamn pedos. Like, it's if you have to be insane to want that job. Anybody who wants it shouldn't have it. Legitimately there should be a draft.
Not for the army, but to be the president.
Yep, to be the president. We got 50 states, 50 motherfuckers that are qualified, have this thing. You get a random thing, and it's like jury duty. It's like, shit. All right, I got to go
off the next 4 years.
Clear off the next 4 years of calendar, and then you get to run for free. There's no money put into it.
That'd be pretty wild.
That'd be fucking. We'd do so well because you get like my old shop teacher or something, and he gets in there. He's like, "All right, well, we get to work, boys. Let's go." And then everything gets Mr. Miller, like all the shit, everything gets done. The floors are clean. It's like, oh my god, that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll finish up with some sports real quick.
I know, what a weird conversation.
Not the sports that you might be thinking of.
Oh boy.
Some only sports.
Some only sports.
Uh,
So this apparently happened at a game.
This was at a game.
Wait.
What's up, Holmes?
Nah.
Nah.
So apparently, if you get a serious cramp in your thigh, the only way to get it out is to massage it.
Oh.
Camera angles are everything. We talked about this earlier.
This angle definitely looks like it's not his thigh that's getting a massage.
He's getting the full-on elbow. Oh, yeah.
Tim Holmes.
The guy's last name is Holmes. I guess he plays for the Giants.
Holmes.
If you're into football, no, not Mahomes.
His brother's a little sus. Oh boy. I should.
All right, what else we got?
That's it, man.
That's sports.
That's it.
That's all we got for
That's all we got
sports.
for sports.
Well, Alden, tell them who you are, where they can find you, if they need you.
Alden Graetz. Yeah, if you're interested in the only, you can find me on Instagram, ALDNG. It was a pleasure, by the way. The podcasting world here, so it's been everything. So, yeah, need any help, so like that, shoot me a text or anything. Talk about it a little bit.
Sounds good.
Obviously for free. Like, this has been cool.
Nope, we don't do it for free because one president said we don't work for free no more. We'll take the homie discount, but nobody works for free anymore.
I don't want to.
Super appreciate you, Alden. And then, yeah, I think once I get my OnlyFans up and running, I'll give you a holler. And it's going to be a troll account, though. It's going to be hilarious.
I work with mail. I don't.
No, it's going to be a troll account. It's just going to be it's not going to be that.
All right, cool.
Me wanking on guitar is a lot different than
Yo, honestly,
just
like, you
noodling on
could even
guitar.
make that as like if you wanted to monetize, and I could monetize by doing like guitar lessons and stuff. I mean, it's got a bad stigma around it, maybe like that.
No,
but,
no.
You know, it's still membership is a good way to make some money.
Excellent.
Cool.
We'll be in touch, my friend. Thank you so much.
Absolutely appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, man. He's gone.
Yeah, that's all right. We're going. Oh, man. What's coming up? Let's see. We've got some stuff happening in the next couple of weeks. Saturday, October 29th at 7:30 p.m. Facing Forward's final farewell fuck off Halloween Finasco finale Halloween bash. Could you have written that any crazier? Just kidding. It's a Back East Bar and Grill. I don't know which one, actually. I think it's Back East Briargate.
Oh, I forgot there were two.
Yeah, I did too until just now. Also,
you show up to one and they're not there.
Go to the other one.
Go to the other one.
Order a drink. Sit down. Don't worry about it. We got 3 sets. We'll just deal with it later. Get on our NFL Pick'em pool. Go to playaction.pub/mantools and get our picks for the week. 6, which starts
tonight.
Yep. Use Tools, TOOLS, for 15% off any contest that you create. Ours doesn't cost you anything.
That's correct.
Locals members, be on the lookout for this month for our new video. That's a Halloween special. Join Locals for just $3 a month. Merch. Awesome merch is now available directly from us at mantoolsmedia.com//
Did you see I can even tag it in our Instagram?
Yeah,
now?
it's so bizarre.
Yeah.
Like we can
It's great.
actually say stuff and do things without getting, shadow banned. The fish stream, which I tried to get somebody to watch today, and they were like, this is kind of cool. So I'm going to try and get a couple of TVs in the studio and just fish stream.
Hell yeah, dude.
24/7. Relax with Trinkle Fish and soothing music 24/7 at twitch.tv/fishstream247. We'd like to thank our sponsors so very much: EXO AutoWorks, Enharmonic Studios, The Beard Struggle, Madrid Maintenance, Clip and Carry Holsters and Sheaths, Play Action Pools, Smith & Bradley Men's Watches, just to name all of them. Thank you for watching and or listening. Please check us out on the web at mantoolsmedia.com or check it out, links.co/mantoolsmedia. Thank you guys so much for watching and or listening wherever you're pooping / listening to podcasts / Mantools Media. We will I will not see you next week.
Oh yeah.
Unless I find a way to
old trip.
Yeah, unless I find a way to call in 2 hours early from Florida. I'm taking a vacation, Trevor. When does that happen? Since
never.
Yeah, that's a thing. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Got the plane ticket. We just need to get a ride to Denver. Trip back's easy.
Yeah,
that's just the shuttle.
It's all downhill because you're going south.
Well, it's all because it goes. Actually, that's a lie. It's a lie, Trevor. It's a lie.
That's one of my favorite lines from Lord of the Rings. I always feel like I'm going downhill when I go south.
It's not, because Denver's only at like 52 and we're at 60-38.
South feels like you're going downhill. I don't know.
I guess. I always feel like I'm going downhill when I have to go to Denver. So yeah, DIA. We're gonna tour the catacombs, where all the Illuminati built their shit at the Jeppesen terminal.
Just take the tunnel down to Cheyenne Mountain.
Yeah, we'll just go do that. It links all the way down.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. They can't even fix the roads between Denver and Castle Rock. You think they got a tunnel all the way through there?
I don't know.
Highly unlikely. One of those Japanese bullet trains.
Got to follow Jesse Ventura's advice and follow the money.
I ain't got time to follow the money. All right, we're sorry. We're still going. The show's over. All right, we're out.
Yep. Well,
like, share, subscribe.
Maybe next week.
Do all the things.
I think I have a guest book, so you might see me and a guest.
And a cardboard Eric.
I can't do that anymore on Restream.
Oh, fuck, that sucks. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll just turn the camera.
Yeah,
all right. See you guys.
I'm buying you a cutout.